Because it's two right-handers, Rajbanshi will now be called upon to bowl his fourth and final. Amazing to think of his bowling figures as the 150 comes up against the carnage of the rest of them, HD.
Yeah, 1 for 9. That single bringing up the 150. I am a little bit surprised about Ishpande not coming in here. Forget the left hand, well, not forget the left hand, right hand combination. It's a very good point. But the fact that Dipendra Singh Ari at the beginning of his innings relies heavily on between the wickets running, quick stuff, quick signals. I'm not sure he's going to get the same response from Kugalan as he would from Pandey. But Kugalan is sent in all-out attack.
He gets off the mark immediately. This was a good piece of bowling, wasn't it, from Jimmy Nish in the final ball of the previous over. Just the one bail it kissed.
Yeah, hard length. Hard length. Sometimes the old test length is still the best. Not all the time, though, because you can disappear over mid-wicket. But on that occasion, perfect.
Shot you don't see too often from Dipendra Singh Ari, purely because of where the fielders are. I've no doubt that Ari wants 3. He's almost willing Kugalan to come with him, and he does just about get there. As Sharmala holds his arm after the throw.
It's a shot that can be utilised just to manipulate the field to the way you want it to be set as a batter. So you play the little lap. Now what inevitably happens is they can bring the deep square leg finer, or they move someone across from the offside into that position at short 45, and it just opens up another scoring area for you.
Good check of the stroke from Kugalan because he didn't get there. Yeah, I spoke to Scott Kugalan about one of the more controversial aspects or incidents that we've seen in the tournament when Ishan Pandey was retired, and he actually said he felt really bad about it. And then he watched back the coverage and he said, I know you and HD were spraying me to the heavens and I deserved it because I don't know whether it was the right thing to do. They asked me to go in and have a wind, and then I just couldn't get a hold of one. Ended up, I think, with 3 or 4 or something like that. That was Ishan Pandey being retired out.
Well, it certainly never blames Scott Kugalan for going in. He didn't grab the coach by the scruff of the neck and say, send me in. Right, when he came down the wicket the last time to Rajbanshi, I actually think he just cramped himself a little bit for room. He wants a little bit of freedom to be able to swing those arms through the ball. This is a big delivery here.
Oh, quite beautifully bowled. The tournament's leading wicket taker for a reason has finished maybe his best 4-over set of the tournament. 1 for 15 for him. It's 156 for 4.
DHI Happier Home. Today sa hai.
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city.
Himsta for a complete home.
Pond Super Light Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Bismillah Shinwari just said, can we just go upstairs just in case? Front foot's absolutely fine, nothing wrong with that. And I also think at the other end, I'm not even sure who appealed. Keep your eyes on Malanta here. Be interesting to see if there was an appeal. But absolutely fine. So Shinwari just wanted to double check it. Not out will be the NPL umpire decision pending decision on screen. 18 balls left. Tiger at the crease. What can they get to? Nisham wants his wicket. hammered away. But protection out there, well placed, deep backward point.
It is quite difficult now, isn't it, for the square leg umpire, because they don't stand in line with that popping crease anymore because of the run out camera. Years and years ago they used to stand directly in line and they would have to make that decision. Now they've almost got to get out of the path, so when there is an appeal you can almost understand them going upstairs.
Yeah, that's to avoid blocking off our cameras to give the best possible chance of the correct decision. There's Rashid Riaz, definitely a couple of yards behind square, isn't he? I just didn't see an appeal. That's why I was surprised they went up to the third umpire. You need an appeal, remember. Into the slot, one Kiwi to the other. Kuggeleijn gets a good piece of it, but he'll feel as though he's missed out there.
He's going to think, come on Scott, you need a boundary here, otherwise this fella's going to run you ragged.
When we were looking at that replay of them running the three, that was Dipender Singh Ari, not even in second gear. He was trotting. Kuggeleijn was all out to sprint back for three. A little bit of a tortoise and hare situation out there, the two batters. Royals are still on top here, but the Bolts are just gradually clawing their way back into this contest. It does look a good surface.
It does. And what you don't want to do, and Kugelein's very aware of that, especially after the conversation he's had with you, is that he doesn't want to just swing and miss. He still wants to be scoring. Sometimes that can happen when you elevate a big hitter up the order, is they can spend their innings swinging and missing. And it can cost the side. He can strike him though, can Kuggeleijn.
Goes straight down the ground, a little unorthodox because he has to extend almost out of his shape, but he gets a good piece of it. Mid-off's up in the circle, one bounce four.
It is the adjustment to the stroke that makes it such a good one, because it's pace taken off and he has to just wait ever so slightly, and the opening of the face at point of contact is critical to the end result.
Every batter there, their natural instinct will be to bring the bottom hand through to close the face and often lose their shape. Somehow it was a touch unorthodox. He got it straight enough to get four. This time the bottom hand does come through. It splits the gap. It's four more. Nisham cannot quite believe what his Kiwi colleagues done to him. Two big balls there, two big boundaries.
And even 12 off 7 would suggest that the risk to elevate Kuggeleijn up the order has been a success, because at this stage of an innings, when you're striking it at 171, you're doing your job.
His job now may be to go 2-4-6. Irie would quite like the strike in the 19th, I feel. Instead it will be a dot. Irie will get the strike. Nisham will finish with 1 for 44. It's 167 for 4.
क्रिकेटमा जितको मजा र फोनमा टेक्नोको मजा कसैले बिट गर्न सक्दैन, बिकज टेक्नो प्रोवाइड्स बेस्ट क्वालिटी, बेस्ट सर्भिस एन्ड बेस्ट सिग्नल। टेक्नो स्मार्टफोन रोजी बनाउनुहोस् आफ्नो चोइस बबाल।
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं।
DHI Happier Home. Today sahi.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
I think we're about to see something happen. Yes, we are. It's the big one. The Tiger falls to one of the bowlers of the tournament. Certainly the one who stood out the most with his wrist spin. It's Mohammad Mohsin.
Just didn't get it fine enough. Uses those wrists so beautifully, does Dipender Singh Ari. But unfortunately, this time he picks out the man at deep square leg. It is that subfielder dummy once more who takes the catch in the deep. He's enjoying his day out. The captain goes for 9, 167 for 5.
Arif Sheikh to the crease. Big LBW shout. Brave bowling your wrist spinner in the 19th, but how well has Mohammed Mohsin responded? Marvellous catch held by the subfielder Hemant Dami, who's on for Shub Kansakar. Let's hope he's okay to bat. They'll need him with the bat, the bolts. Is the googly not picked again? And once more it's Dami in action.
It's such a good tournament, Mohammed Mohsin. He's difficult to pick when he bowls that wrong, and that was the leg spin, and it was just the bounce because of how tall he is that led to the thick outside edge going all the way to square leg.
Well, somewhere right now in Birgunj, in the Sheikh household, Mr. Sheikh and Mrs. Sheikh are having a very difficult time as to know who to cheer on. Arif posted last night, house divided, heart united. As Arif goes into the sky, deep mid-wicket out there. It's another one. It's Mohsin again. Rajbanshi takes the catch. The bolts bouncing back into this contest.
Innings just starting to falter. Just starting to falter. Not easy to walk in and be expected to hit the ball out the ground from the word go. But Arif perishes in the cause, looking for quick runs. 169 for 6.
Ishan Pandey, the young left-hander, has had a fine tournament. I know he's impressed many, the way in which he's played. May naturally be a little bit more suited to the ODI game, but he certainly has played his role for the Royals, who've had such a brilliant campaign. I just question the decision to send not just Arif Sheikh, but also Scott Kugelheim in ahead of him, particularly when Rajbanshi and Mohsin had overs left. This goes over the offside, another fielder there, but Nisham, I think he's misjudged it completely. It could have been 2 and 2 to close out the over. Instead, it's a boundary for Pandey. It's 173 for 6.
Bond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Banking sector ma पहिलो पटक सिद्धार्थ बैंकले ल्याएको छ सिद्धार्थ रिवार्ड्स यसमा पोइन्ट छ सिद्धार्थ बैंक सम्बन्ध सधैँभरिलाई
DHI Happier Home छुट्टै छ है
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
Ball just keeps going away from him, to be fair. There's a bit of slice on it. Kugelheim has the strike for the final over.
Another. They're tumbling like a pack of cards here. And Kishore Mahato continues his fine tournament with the big wicket of Scott Kugelheim.
He crowds his stumps, Scott Kugelheim, and I almost think he'd be better off if he didn't, because that was right in the hitting zone if he stood on middle or middle and leg. Well, done the job. Mahato bowls it straight and says, if you miss, I'll hit. Kugelheim's 13 off 10. The Royals, they might get bundled out here. 173 for 7.
Naresh Budiyar to the crease. Pumps it down to long on. Pandey's quick between the wickets. That's great running for a couple. HD. After 15 overs, it was 143 for 2 with a ball to go. Since then, the Royals have collapsed in a heap.
Yeah, it would be easy to say that they'll be disappointed with the last 5 or so overs of this innings, but they've still got an immensely difficult score to chase for the Bolts.
Straight down the ground, 2 fielders there. Oh dear! A collision, the last thing we want to see. Akash Tripathi, I think, is one of them. They probably couldn't hear each other. The end result will be 6. But much more importantly, let's hope the 2 fielders are all right.
So difficult to communicate in this cauldron of noise. Straight down the ground. Yours, mine, who's taking it? In the end, no one. It looks as though they're both going to be okay as I glance out the window here. Rajbanji and Tripathi, they both on their feet, so I think they're going to be okay.
And thank God for that, particularly with Lalit Rajbanshi, because he has had 2 shocking injuries that he's come back from. A knee injury that was potentially career-ending. It was MCL, it was ACL and meniscus all at the same time. And then the broken collarbone less than 12 months ago too. His fielding has improved so much. He always gives 100%. I'm just so glad that both he and Tripathi are okay. Big Maximum, though, gets the Royals up above 180. Everything must go. 3 deliveries left. Full toss, helped into the leg side. Fielder out there, Sharmala holds on to a good catch. Now both batters stare at the umpire. They want to have a look at this. It was a full toss. Was it too full? The umpires might be tempted to go upstairs and have a look.
He's missed out here. He's missed out. That you want to hit out the ground. They'll full toss, middle and leg. That's a fine catch from Sharmala running in. He did everything correct. Once he's taken the catch, he slid in, made sure that his elbows don't smash into the ground and the ball doesn't pop out. So Naresh goes for 8. 181 for 8.
Call it what you want. Cricket here at the TU, in this amphitheatre, in this cauldron, things happen. Now Ncell, the new man to the crease. They want the second, they're not going to take it. The last 30 deliveries alone, HD. 39 runs and 6 wickets.
You can understand the manner in which they've gone about trying to post this total, because when you have such a good platform to work with, you're going to come in all guns blazing, and that's what virtually every batter has done. And in the process, they've lost an enormous amount of wickets, but they are posting something very significant in a final here. This fella has 4 off just 1 ball. Underused, maybe.
They'll probably try to run the second. They've got nothing to lose in doing so. Oh, he's dropped it. They might run a third here because the bails are off. Chaos again. 2 runs to the total and the wicket, the run out at the non-striker's end. That's Isham Pandey who's gone. Oh, cricket in Nepal. You can never take your eyes off it. You can never predict it. You just never know what will happen next. One thing's for certain though, the SUDURPASCHIM Royals, they've posted 184 for 9 in the grand final.
This had to be one. I mean, they hadn't even turned when he started to throw the ball. Oh, the keeper has made such a hash of that. Milanta. It should have been one. They get 2. The Bolts, they've got some batting to do.
Well, it's a completely different game from the qualifier too, but there's shades of it, isn't there? That was a low-scoring classic. Are we now in for a high-scoring classic? Because the SUDURPASCHIM Royals have posted one of the highest totals of the tournament. Being honest, they should have got to 200. They should have been the first team to do that in this first season of the NPL. It was a flying start, led by Saif Zaib, who played so well for his 69 off 43. Big word too for Binod Bandari with 41 off 31, continuing his excellent tournament. The rest, though, only bits and pieces.
You know, the critical thing there's only one batter in Arif Sheikh who has scored less than a run a ball. Otherwise, everyone else is